841, fear and anxiety affect a lot of us, and with the pandemic, it's hitting some kids really hard. As parents look to keep the negative impact to a minimum, children's book author Brian Ray is suggesting looking into more creative outlets, and Brian is joining us live. He's in Brooklyn this morning with some of those ideas. Brian, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I want to talk a little bit about this. One of the number one things you suggest is talking about really creating this environment where kids feel comfortable expressing their emotions. How do we do that?
I think it's important to remember that depending on their age, children might not fully understand what's going on right now, but they're definitely being impacted by it. With so much change going on, a lot of fear and anxiety can come up. So creating an environment where children feel safe expressing themselves is very important. They have all the feelings that adults do. What they might lack is the vocabulary to express them. So giving children an emotional vocabulary is really important. And there's a few ways you can do that. One is helping a child identify the feeling that they're having in the moment. So saying something like, you're angry because your sibling isn't sharing that toy. You help them identify what they're feeling so that in the future they can begin to just express themselves verbally what they're feeling. That's one way you can help.
I love that. And I know your book too is called Max's Box, and it's about a boy trying to let go of his emotions. And do you feel like if it's a book that we can read with our kids and try to get them to kind of talk about the things in the story? Is that a great way to get them to talk?
Absolutely. Story time is a great way. Children, I think younger children in particular, need to feel connected to their parents to help regulate their emotions. So any moment you can create during the day to sort of have this bonding time is wonderful. And story time is a great way to do that. Max's Box is meant to be entertaining for children, but it certainly can be used as a conversation starter if you want to have a discussion with your child about emotions and how to help manage them.
We only have a short time left, and I know that writing for a lot of children is key, and I wanted to make that point, which is something that you talked to us about, but I wanted to make sure we had time to talk about addressing the feeling and not the behavior, because a lot of times parents, we see the behavior and maybe we get irritated or mad, and we just want that behavior to change, but we're not addressing the feeling that's causing the behavior. How do we be better at that?
I think what's important is to remember that when a child has a tantrum or an emotional outburst, it's usually because they're feeling overwhelmed by a feeling or a situation. So as long as the child's not in any danger or causing any danger to anyone around them with this outburst, let them calm down. You don't need to address it in the moment. If they storm out of the room, let them storm out of the room. Give them some time to calm down and then have a discussion about it. And again, identify the emotion that motivated the outburst. You seemed upset because your sibling wouldn't do this or that, or because you couldn't do this or that. And talk about the feeling that caused the outburst rather than the behavior itself.
Brian, we sure do appreciate it. If you would like more information on Brian's book, again, fox59.com/links. And 844, it's probably the best piece of advice I ever got, and I won't go into the long story, but Jim, sometimes if you do, if you show like you're getting frustrated or trying to figure it out, then the kid picks up on that. Just kind of let him be at times.
Yeah.